Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in today's video I want to talk about something that I think perfectly shows how beliefs about skincare actually formed. Because I recently came across a comment, or let's say multiple comments by the same person, which I don't think are just a random opinion, but are actually a really good example of what gets repeated over and over again. And just to be clear, this is not about the person who wrote it, but about where these ideas come from. So if you break the comments down, it basically comes down to this, that water is not enough to clean your skin, so you need something to properly remove what's on it. Because bacteria is seen as something that needs to be removed, and oil as something that has to be controlled. Which then leads to the idea that you need specific products depending on a specific skin type. And if you look at that, it is exactly how skincare is usually explained. It is built around the idea that there's always something on your skin that needs to be removed, that bacteria is something you need to deal with, that oil has to be controlled, and that products are necessary to manage all of it. And the reason this sounds so convincing is because this is exactly the kind of content that gets pushed the most. Content that tells you there's a problem and there's something you need to fix it. Because that is very easy to understand. It gives you a clear cause and a clear solution. And when you see that over and over again, it starts to feel like that's just how things work. So when you read something like this, it's not just a random opinion. It's the result of seeing the same message again and again, until it becomes the default way of thinking about it. But the issue is that your skin doesn't actually work like that. It already has its own system. It produces oil for a reason. It has bacteria for a reason. And it regulates itself much more than you might think. And again, that doesn't mean that products never have a place. There are situations where they make sense, but that's very different from the idea that you always need something. Because once you start from the assumption that something is always wrong, you will always end up with a product as the solution without really questioning it or looking for the actual cause behind it, or even considering that some of it might just be normal biological behavior. And if you follow that logic all the way through, it always leads to the same outcome, that you need a product to manage your skin. And that's really what this shows, because these beliefs don't just appear out of nowhere. They are shaped by what you hear over and over again. And if what you hear is always the same kind of message, then of course it starts to feel like the only logical way to look at it. And that's something I think is worth actually thinking about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!